say this one's on its way.
You're listening to
From Studio 1A.
Addressing Gettysburg.
The popular podcast addressing Gettysburg.
Ew. Yes, no.
Addressing Gettysburg.
Oh, exactly.
There is no time. I have told you there is no time for that. There is no time. There is no time. There is no time.
Well, here it is, Veronica, the day we've all been waiting for, the Christmas of July in Gettysburg. It is the anniversary weekend, and things are hopping.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh, really? You're very orgasmic right now.
Am I glowing? I'm like
you
a
are
little kid. Like a little kid. This is so exciting.
like a little kid on Christmas morn.
Yeah.
What is so exciting to you about it? We had a lot of fun last night.
We did have a lot of fun last night. Why don't you tell us about it, Matt?
Well, first we went to went and got dinner.
Did?
My day was not going to be very exciting, I'll tell you that. I woke up in the morning, I said, well, I got to go to work. So everybody else is like, hey, I'm in town, I'm doing this. Good for you, I'm working. F off.
You're stiff.
I didn't say that, yeah. But then you messaged me at like 10-ish or so, and you said, hey, I have another ticket for the Stephen Lang thing tonight. And I was like, great.
My real friends didn't want to go. So...
That was a visual.
No, sorry.
And then, so I said, yeah, I'll go. So we go to dinner, right?
Yeah.
Well, now, first I go in the afternoon after work. I go over there because he's doing a book signing.
Oh, nice.
Now, I got to tell you, the backstory here is it starts in 2019.
Yeah.
We went to that awards ceremony, and we were fortuitously seated with his assistant, Ron, and his wife, Alex.
No, wait, are you going to say who he is, or are we just like being
Stephen Lang.
suspenseful? Oh, okay.
I just said it's Stephen Lang, a book signing. I said.
No,
yeah.
you just said his book signing. You didn't say the name.
Oh,
so for those
that's true. You did.
for those of
that's
you
very
don't
true.
know,
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
right.
know what's going on?
Okay.
Anyway.
So, anyway, he is doing a book signing.
Yeah.
And I go over there now. Okay. Oh no, this is where we were. So the award ceremony. So we're sitting there and we're hitting it off, right? We get along great with Alex and Ron.
Yeah.
And me and Ron are laughing, cracking each other up. And I say, so listen, what do you do? I didn't know what he did. I didn't know who he was. And he goes, I'm actually Slang's producer. Or not producer, assistant. I said, no shit. So I said, you need to get him to come on my podcast because I'm trying to interview all the actors to talk about what it's like making the movie, for posterity and stuff, because I want to talk to actors. And he just, podcast, rolled his eyes, and he goes, well, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, by the end of the night, I had so schmoozed him and won him over that he says, don't leave after things are over, and I will introduce you when everybody's gone.
Yeah.
And so he did, and I asked Mr. Lang if he would so honor me and come on the show, and he said, I'll tell you what, I'll be back in July, and we'll do it then. I'll come by and we'll do it then. Yeah. And I said, great. I was so excited. And then in March, the coronavirus ruined everybody's life.
Right.
And canceled July. And canceled the whole year, really.
Right.
And so that didn't happen. Over the winter last year, I said to Ron, are you guys coming out this July? Can we do this year? He goes, we'll see. I don't know what the schedule's going to be yet. Fast forward to a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He says, I follow. I'm like, I see the schedule's been published. When can you pencil me in? And he goes, we can't. We have no time. We're like packed us full.
Yeah.
and everything like that. And I said, that is unacceptable.
Right.
So I went to the book signing yesterday and I was berating Ron in the hallway. And I was like, I'm like, come on, an hour. Give me an hour. Like, he's like, seriously, like when we have an hour, it's to sleep or to eat. Like, and then we're out of here and everything. I said, fine. He goes, but I'll reintroduce you. So the thing ended and he reintroduced me to Stephen Lang. And he says, I'll do your show. And I said, okay. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. We're just really busy this weekend. And I said, okay, well, I'll do it over the phone, because Ron was saying maybe in November when we come out again. And I said, well, you could do it over the phone. I'd rather you be in person, but I mean, it's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
So fast forward to the evening, which now I'll continue the Stephen Lang interview saga.
Yeah.
But now you tell us about what the program was that we went to.
Oh, so actually it was awesome. Candidly, I didn't know what to expect when I reserved the tickets. If you go back in time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, the Gettysburg Foundation announced that they were partnering with the National Park Service to have a lecture series this year for the 158th anniversary. July 1st was going to be Stephen Lang with his Wheatfield book, which it's, for all intents and purposes, it's a children's book. It's a graphic.
Really? I found it very difficult to read.
Right. Okay, funny. It's awesome, but it's not, it's not a historical,
I thought I had it here. It's in my car because I'm going to go get it signed tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we got ours. Anyway, so I didn't really know what to expect. So we get there and we get seats and, we're sitting and Stephen kind of comes out. What would that be, stage left or stage right? I don't know.
I'll remember how that goes.
He was on our left, right?
Yeah.
So he walks across the stage. And
so I think that's stage right.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's the opposite of what the audience sees, or I don't remember.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Take your word for it. So he comes from our perspective. He walks out across the stage from left to right over towards the podium. And he's looking pretty bad, right?
Like
he has
frail
a cane.
looking.
Yeah, frail, and he's kind of like shaky, and he has these boots on. I'm like, I look at my mom, right? Like, and because we were talking him up.
And she's like,
really
I thought you
fit.
said he was in great shape.
Yeah, right. I'm sure because she doesn't really know him. And,
Yeah.
I'm showing her some like Instagram pictures of him like basically balancing himself on one hand, doing all this yoga stuff and everything. And he's like ripped, right? Yeah. And she's like, we look at each other and Mom and I are best friends, right? I can read her mind. She's like, holy hell, did the guy have a stroke or what? Like, what's going on, right? Like, so we watch him walk across the stage and very quickly it comes to the reality of it is he is personifying a veteran of the war at the 50th anniversary. Yeah. And from that point on, I won't do it justice, but it was
phenomenal.
I mean,
it
moving,
really was.
Like I literally got a little teary-eyed a
so
couple
did
times. It was quite
I
well
blamed the guy sitting next to me for accidentally spitting and getting it in my eye.
No,
but no, when he came out like that, I turned to Steve Byers.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, he's doing the Willy Wonka entrance. Like, I thought he was going to do a somersault and say, hey, everybody, because I really had no idea what to expect. I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a talk.
Right.
I didn't realize it was going to be a performance.
I didn't know that.
And really, it was really good. And then afterwards, he sat down with Wayne Motz and did a little Q&A and stuff like that, right? And that was fun.
Read a little bit of stuff he'd been working on, like
Great
poetry-wise.
poems.
Yeah,
the guy is the thing that I like about him is that he's actually an artist. He's not just an actor.
Right.
He's an artist and he's a very professional guy. Like he takes himself very seriously. He's very good at it.
Right.
And I said this before. I don't remember to who, but you can watch somebody in a movie or movies thousands of times, but you really don't know or realize what a true professional is until you see them 30 feet away from you doing their job, right?
Yeah.
And so it was really, really awesome. I think, is there another one tonight?
There is another one tonight. Tonight's theme is about Culp's Hill and the restoration and
With him?
rehabilitation. No.
He's done.
He's done.
Okay.
He's done to the extent of the lecture series, but he has other programs that I'm happy to talk with.
Okay.
If people are in town, they can
We'll
still
get to
catch
that
them.
in a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway,
Let me back up real quick. So if nobody or if somebody didn't catch it, the National Park Service did record it. And they broadcast it live on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think it's actually on, don't quote me on this, I know it's on Facebook available, but it might actually be on their YouTube site as well to be able to watch it. It's recorded and it's available.
No, usually when you put something on Facebook, the minute you end it, it just is there as a post.
Okay.
So it should be there on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I meant to talk to the guy who was doing the camera to see what kind of rig he got there because that was awesome. But Yeah, I didn't do it. Anyway, so then to end the Stephen Lang interview part of the story, so they leave and we leave, and I was trying to lure them out, or at least lure us in, and I texted Ron and I said, Veronica wants to give you a hug.
No response. That didn't.
No response, but until I got in the car and he said, sorry, we had to cut out early.
Yeah.
So apparently they just went right out because their schedule was
a long
packed.
day, right.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
I'll piggyback off that very quickly. So I ran into Ron today,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we were kind of BSing a little bit at the signing at the visitor center. And Ron did explain that literally they hadn't even eaten. And then there was nothing really open by the time the performance and everything was done. So it was going on 10 o'clock, like 9:30, 10
Yeah.
o'clock. So I think he ended up
You're just
getting
exhausted.
like a chicken sandwich through like McDonald's or something. Like, so I don't think he's lying that his
No, he's not.
his schedule
No.
was jam-packed while he's here.
I like to tease Ron.
Right.
I know he's not lying. So anyway, he texted me. I said, he said, sorry, we had to go. And I said, well, that was really awesome. I didn't know what to expect, but I thought it was phenomenal, or something
Yeah.
like that. And then he wrote back, Slang said that he'll call into the show or do a phone interview in a couple of weeks.
Wow, awesome.
And I said, well, must have been because of my Larry King style question that I
during
asked
the
him.
yes.
That threw him over the edge. He said, this guy can do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, he'll be on. We don't have a date set yet, but it'll be coming sometime soon. Stephen Lang,
That's super
finally.
exciting. That's really cool.
But anyway.
So real quick, tell the audience and remind me, who all from the movie have you had on? Quite a few guys, right? Or at least the opportunity.
We had Patrick Gorman.
Right.
Bo Brinkman,
Right.
Thrice.
Okay.
Bo was on Thrice. We had Trent Walker, who's fighting for his rats.
Right. Yeah.
And we had
Tom Berenger.
Tom Berenger.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go in order, but I
Oh,
think
I'm
you're
sorry.
right. Tom Berenger. No, I think Tom Berenger was next. And we had Joseph Fuqua, who gives us such marvelous things as you were asking about before the show, Menachem Begin, which apparently you don't know who he is.
I didn't know what it was.
What it was, or bucket of fish.
What kind of bacon
I hate
is
you
that?
guys. Goodbye.
Things like that. And then, God, I'm afraid I'm going to forget. I think that's it. Joseph was the last one that we had, right, Eric? Is that right? Yeah, Joseph was the last one we had. Joseph, excuse me. And
lot.
got a couple of other ones in the works. Actually, a listener told me that his wife went to some con,
Yeah.
and C. Thomas Howell was there. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Want to come in? You want to come in and be on the show? No? Do you need something? Okay. We'll be done at 4. So anyway, he where was I now?
Wife had connection, something.
Oh yeah, so she went to some con and C. Thomas Howell was there, and she said to him, you really need to go on this podcast called Addressing Gettysburg, and he goes, I'm familiar with it.
Wow.
So
How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
So we'll see. We're on our way to Martin Sheen and Tom Barrett and Sam Elliott
Awesome. There you go.
someday.
Let me know.
That'll never happen. Yeah, right. Okay, so real quick, I almost died again this week.
You're becoming the new Michael.
Yeah, really. See, I know. I'm hanging out with that kid too much, and it's rubbing off on me. Speaking of which, before we get back to the first near-death experience during the Get Out of the Car tour 2 weeks ago, I forgot when we were talking about it that I really wanted to thank our friend Paula Belton, because she is she an ER nurse or an EMT? She's an ER nurse, I think.
Okay.
I want to say that. I don't know, but
I know she works crazy shifts, and I know she just,
and I think she's at a
it's
hospital.
either.
I want to say she's an ER nurse. I think she is.
Okay.
And she administered to Kevin's aid, or came to Kevin's aid when he burned his foot. I think she was a little hasty, and she amputated the foot there, and we weren't that far from a hospital, and we could have probably saved it. But whatever. The point is, it was on. Hey, look, it was on theme with the Civil War,
Right.
And that's what we're all about here. And so we want to thank Paula for that. Okay, so now the next near-death experience. I'm coming out of the Tour Center lot. Now, we'll go and we do something very nice on. I don't remember what day it was. The other day.
Yeah.
Tuesday,
June 30th?
Wednesday,
Something like that. June 30th, I think.
whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, probably that makes sense. The 30th. Eric calls me and he says, "Hey, the licensed guides are planting flags at the graves at 5 o'clock. Do you want to go?" And I said, "Sure." It was like 4, and so I went, and so did Eric, and we're planting flags. And it's hot, it's sweaty, my back's killing me, but I figure, the least I could do, I'll sleep it off. These guys are dead, so
Yes.
see them, right? Like, quit your bitching, in other words.
Right. Exactly.
So we finished doing that, and then we go back over to our cars. I'm parked in the bus lot, the tour center lot, and I'm pulling out. I don't remember what time it was. I don't remember what day it was. All I know is that I almost died, and I'm pulling out of the driveway to turn right onto Baltimore Street.
Okay.
And I look to the left to see if anything's coming. Don't really care about the right because I'm getting in the right lane, and I'm irresponsible that way. So I turn and I look to the left. No one's coming. Great. That's wonderful. Here I go like a happy idiot, turning right. And as I'm turning, I look in the rear view and I just see what appears to be a bus, like a small shuttle bus. It wasn't a full-size bus, bearing down on me.
Out of the parking lot or coming down Baltimore?
It was in the park. No, out of the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was
my
in the
gosh.
parking lot, and the thought was he's going a little too fast for that short amount of distance between where he was parked and where the stop is. For the exit. And but whatever, I don't think anything of it. I'm just driving along, and then I hear a crack and this big, huge boom, like this, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" So I turn around and I don't turn around. I look at my side view mirror and I see the telephone pole just kind of like buckle and then go.
Oh my God.
And as the wires catch it, the transformer and the wires just all spark and explode and fire shoots out. And I didn't know what happened yet. I thought it was lightning. Like, I thought it got hit by, like, there were some storm clouds coming in. I'm like, wow, lightning, that's so cool, And I'm stopped in the middle of the road. The guy coming against me is stopped in the middle of the road. He's looking straight at it. I'm looking in the rear view. We look up at each other. We're like, whoa. So I turn around and I go back into the lot.
Yeah.
Eric's still there. And Eric is like just sitting there leaning up against his Jeep, smoking a cigarette, like unfazed,
Taking
right?
it all in, yeah.
Everybody's running around, like cameras out. And they're like, what was that? What happened? Is it a heart attack? And Eric's just like, seeing worse,
Yes.
And so
I can actually envision that because Eric is
because he has seen
even
worse.
Kill. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I go to him. I'm like, "Did you see that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "What the hell was it?" And he goes, "The bus." And I go, "What bus?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "The bus that just came out of here went right into that telephone pole."
Holy heck.
And I go, "Well, where the hell's the bus?" Because I'm picturing a big bus. It's not computing in my head what I had just witnessed, right? And he goes, "No, that bus down there." And then he had to look in the driveway behind the Gary Castile building there.
Yeah.
And there was the bus. It was a little shuttle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, what happened to the guy? Do you think it was a medical emergency?" Because, that was allowed. And what was left of the telephone pole, there was maybe 3 feet of splintered pole sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
And the rest had just been like cracked off.
Wow.
And it was really amazing. So then I get my phone out and I start doing an Instagram live video, right?
Right. Sounds like you. Yeah.
Of course. Figure someone else will see if everybody's okay. I'll just do a video. So I'm doing the video, and in the middle of the video, not very long after it all happens, I'm standing right across the street from. This was stupid on my part. Standing right across the street from the transformer and the hanging pole in the sagging wires. And all of a sudden, I just hear and a big boom, and the freaking transformer explodes again. And I swear to God, I jumped back 20 feet.
I believe it.
And now I think I've got a career in basketball.
A white man can jump.
Yeah, this one can. Just keep blowing up transformers around me, and I'll be slam dunking right and left. So anyway, that was the other time I almost died.
That's
and now
crazy.
I'm thinking the third time's a charm. It might be the real thing. So we might not be around much longer, folks.
Stop.
Should we talk about who's in the room since we've got people
absolutely,
here? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call in, we're doing a short show today, but we'd love to hear from you always. So if you want to call in, 717, what's the rest of the number? Why did he take it? 420-1978. Let me just do this here while our producer is elsewhere. being derelict in his duties. I'm just going to transition over there. There's the phone number. Give us a call. Tell us what you're going to do for the weekend if you're in town, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, some people who are in town, we have a lot of people here. Why don't we just, Matt, you're right there. Why don't you roll up here to the microphone? This is microphone number 3. Just roll up to it there. This is Matt McClanahan. A lot of you may know him as Rue McClanahan's grandson, but he tells me this is not true. Let me see. I'll switch over to the mics here. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me on, Matt.
You're very welcome. Move in a little bit more there, okay? This is what happens when your producer goes outside, and then you have to do the show and the show. Okay. So no, right over here, buddy. See, this is the camera. Okay, and pull that microphone in. Okay, we're gonna swing it around like that. There we go.
Right,
now you're getting it.
Cooking.
Just speak loud and clear into that mic, okay? So you're from Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
And you're out here in Gettysburg. Why?
So we came up, my friend Alex, who's also my roommate in law school, he and his wife, we all came up to see Gettysburg on the anniversary weekend and to get to see the Dressing Gettysburg crew in their studios.
The natural habitat.
Exactly right, yeah.
Is that the look of disappointment? Is that what it is?
Oh, man, this is the kid going to Walt Disney World. This is like seeing Cinderella's castle for the first time. This is great.
It's very, very similar to Cinderella's castle.
Just like Walt Disney World.
And you, okay, so you're a lawyer, right?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, look at you, lawyer and lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Oh.
I like to see that. I like to see smarter people than I listening to the show.
Maybe, yes.
I don't know. The real smart people probably didn't go to law school.
That's
They didn't
true.
have to-
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Honestly.
I brought a tomato sandwich.
Anyway, so you brought your friend Alex, right?
Yes. Alex
Okay,
Murphy.
Alex, you're also from Tennessee?
That's correct.
And do you listen to the show?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay, then you can let him talk.
Yeah, that's right. I
Give
got
him the
him hooked
microphone.
on it. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
go
come on up here, Alex.
And Alex, I have to tell you about his honeymoon, actually. He and his wife actually honeymooned here in Gettysburg.
No, that's something close to that.
Oh, cool.
So you're, you guys are honeymooning here, or have honeymooned here?
Not exactly, but immediately after taking the bar, we came up here.
So you're a lawyer too?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
It's starting to stink in here.
If we get one more in this room, something bad may happen. But yeah, I've been up here a lot. I think from the age of 4 till, first I've been 1996 or 7 till 2018. I came up here every year at least once.
Okay, so you kind of like me. I started in 1996. And but you were a baby, of course, in high school. So
Yeah, my dad was a high school history teacher, and so he brought me up here, and it got me hooked.
okay. And are you a lost causer?
No, I'm an ardent East Tennessee Unionist.
Oh, very nice. Okay, very good. Are you too, Matt?
I have had families on both sides of the conflict.
Both sides,
so-
but you know who's the right side.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm glad the conflict resolved the way that it did.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah. East Tennessee Unionist all the way here.
Okay. And how long are you guys here for? Just the weekend?
Through the 5th.
Through the 5th. Okay. Oh, good. So Monday you're leaving. Oh yeah, because you want to do 4th of July fireworks and all that jazz. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, very good. It was nice to meet you, Alex. I saw you guys online at the Stephen Lang signing, and that was pretty nice because
Absolutely.
who did I see? I saw my friend John, and I waved to him, and when I did that, like 5 other hands went up.
I thought that was John.
Yeah.
I thought that. Okay.
I thought he was going to stop by today, but he didn't. So he must have been hanging out with Slang or
Gotcha.
something. I don't know.
Stephen Lang's wife is from Tennessee.
Yeah, I learned that today. Yeah.
Oh, is that true?
Right, yeah, that's what he said whenever we went. And
Where in Tennessee? Where
West
you are?
Tennessee.
West Tennessee.
Yeah,
Well,
Parsons.
otherwise known as North Mississippi.
That's right.
North Miss. See, I don't get the local Tennessee humor. I've never been there.
This is for all your Tennessee listeners.
That's right. Yeah.
It'll play great.
Yeah,
in
special Tennessee edition. Yeah.
I should mention too that Matt did a voice for the narrative episodes, number 2, the story about the knapsack, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yes.
That's right.
And so people want to go back and listen to that. Yeah, such is war. That's right. All right, Alex. Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your stay here. This is like romper room. I see Joseph. I see Brian. Brian, you're sitting down. Why don't you come on up here and put on those headphones as well? Careful that stool. I should have warned you guys before. It's not very stable.
Yeah.
It's not the most stable stool.
The wheels are very oiled.
Yes, very
Those
oiled.
suckers go.
They like slip right out from under you.
Right.
Anyway, Brian, you are from, you told me before, and Tennessee as well.
I live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
You live in Knoxville, Tennessee. So Tennessee is well represented today.
Yes.
One for each regiment that was here.
Yeah, it's definitely East Tennessee was pro-union.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm from D.C. originally.
Get a little close to that mic.
Oh
though.
yeah, sorry. I'm from D.C. originally, and some of my family's from Georgia, and they're all Southern.
Right.
Or actually, there's a nice grave that's paid for by the VA for my dead great grandfather, who fought for the Georgia 52nd. And then I've got on my mom's side of the family from D.C. They all were, I guess, were the 90-day people that signed up, and they kept D.C. safe for 3 months back in 1861, and then it went downhill from there.
It's never recovered. And you told me before that you're walking the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, trying to. Well,
Trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't walk it from Tennessee to here.
No, from
Yeah.
Georgia, I've got about 400 miles down so far. I had
Nice.
to take a break, but I accidentally fell 22 times.
I was going to say, what's the most treacherous moment of your career as a trail walker?
The last time was when I fell off the hill, and then the boulder came down on top of me and a log.
Oh my
and
God.
it cut my arm, but so
He had to cut off his own arm with a pocket knife.
yeah.
Yeah.
And reattach it.
Yeah. Well, his
Well
wife's a
done.
surgeon, so she was able to do that.
That's wild. Oh my
No, is she
God.
a surgeon? No.
No,
I just
she's
made
a-
that up.
no, she's an ICU nurse.
Oh, you're both nurses. That's right.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
telling
yeah,
me that
I'm a
before.
nurse too,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was medical.
Yeah, we like to see naked people.
Well, I guess that would be an interesting job to get where you could see naked people, but they're all sick or wounded, though. I mean, who
Yeah.
wants to see that?
Everyone looks better with their clothes on. Everyone.
Well, you haven't seen me with my clothes off. But you're right. Everybody does look better. So you've been walking the trail for how many years now?
No. I started in March, and I did about a month or so, something like that. And then I hurt my leg, so I had to get off for a little while. And then I got back on again. I skipped up the trail to Virginia, and I was hiking part of Virginia. And then I fell off the mountain. So,
Someone says, pull a little, they can't hear you.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, get right into that.
Gosh, I'm
You
usually,
gotta, like,
I'm usually people are fussing at me because I'm
Because you're too loud.
Yeah, sorry.
Now, of course,
Trying to be
everybody's too loud until they get a microphone in front of
Yeah.
them. They're like,
So anyway, now I got back on for a while. I did 100.5 miles, something like that. Wow. And then I fell off the hill. Went back home. I'm healed back up, going back out again.
and how'd you fall? Was it like loose ground or?
Yeah. Basically, I was going around a tree, and the ground gave away below me, so I went down the hill. And
So
then,
you're going around a tree, and is everything that like precariously on the edge where, you're just going around a tree, and then the ground gives like there's no other way to get?
No, there's one. I mean, yeah, the trail's maybe 18 inches wide. Sometimes it's really, really, really narrow. Sometimes it's wide.
You're not gonna see my ass on that trail.
No, that doesn't
No, sir.
Yeah, but I'm getting really good at falling though.
Yeah.
Really good.
Well, maybe you can have a second life as a movie stuntman or something.
Well, my wife's not very happy with me because she says I'm going to get killed.
Well, listen, if it's not a bear, a boulder, or a broken neck from falling, something's got to get you.
There's rattlesnakes also.
Oh, geez. Yeah, forget it.
Now that scared me when I almost
Now, do you
stepped on the
camp
rattlesnake.
out when you're there?
Yeah.
So you're carrying all your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, well, you camp in there, and there's shelters every 15 miles, 10 to 15 miles.
Okay.
Then there's also sometimes you stay in a hotel. I mean, you take what you call 0 days or Nero days, which are days off the trail,
Uh-huh.
where you can kind of recover and
Recuperate,
have a nice shower, and then wash your clothes because you smell so freaking bad.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
I'll bet you do. Well, that's great. I'm glad you didn't die falling off the edge there, but some of us do, and there have been people that have died there, right?
Oh yeah. But not that often though.
Okay. All right.
But this might be my last interview or my last time ever getting to see you
Stop
guys.
it. Would you two, between the two
I
of you
know.
talking about, good
Yeah.
Lord.
It's going to be on Dateline one day.
You lit up the room every time you walked in.
Yeah. They were
my
just
gosh.
doing a podcast, innocently telling stories of the Appalachian Trail.
Matt, I do have to say though,
Yeah.
I really do appreciate you guys.
Oh, thanks.
I look like an idiot out in the middle of the woods listening to your podcast. Back during just after St. Patrick's Day, I'm literally, when they say laugh out loud, I was bent over laughing, trying not to fall off another rock. Really, listening to you all talk about. I forget you all went on some kind of a tangent from St. Patrick's Day.
This show?
Dear Lord.
Oh, with Matt Borders and
Yes,
Pat
that was it,
McGuire?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's hilarious.
I don't remember the tangents, but I remembered you sent me a message, I
Yeah.
think, and you said I'm on the Appalachian Trail and people are looking at me like I'm weird. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm glad I can make you laugh. You didn't fall after that, did you?
Oh, no.
Okay,
I have other ways to fall.
Because that, all right, because I would have felt bad then if we made you fall. But I'm glad you like it. I thank you, and thank you for saying that publicly on the air for everybody to hear. And enjoy the rest of your stay here. Thanks for coming by. I enjoyed talking to you earlier this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming by. And I see over there a sour-faced man. He looks very upset. This is a fellow named Joe Denise. Joe is the man who has helped us with our computer, get our computer together here. We have a computer question for you when this is over.
Okay.
But no, it's not that we're basically not live, you say? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of the computer problems we
All
have.
right.
But anyway, it's recording, right?
Brace yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah. it's
Okay,
recorded.
so I'll just put it up on as a record. Anyway, so we, by the way, when we're not moving, the audio doesn't stop usually.
Oh yeah, no, it does.
Well, it hasn't before.
Oh, it has today.
It has?
Yeah, that's why I went outside the first time, was so I could listen.
Okay.
And it's dropping the video and the audio, but it's not the program. It's
The
our
internet.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi. It sucks. All right, well, whatever. You know, this is what you do on a shoestring, folks. This is what you do on a shoestring. Anyway, Joe Denise, you are a battlefield traveler extraordinaire. You're going all over the place, but you only seem to go to battlefields where there's a brewery nearby.
That's correct.
Is that true?
Yes.
You like beer?
I love beer.
You love beer. What's your favorite kind of beer?
I'd say Pilsner.
Pilsner.
Yeah. Something light.
Yeah, light. So you can get more of them in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Light beers are better. And so of all the battlefields you've been to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is your favorite?
It's going to be a toss-up, really. It's going to be definitely between Gettysburg and Antietam.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I think Gettysburg wins, though. I didn't move to Antietam.
No.
I moved to Gettysburg.
There's nothing out there, though.
There is nothing out there. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You really have to like solitude and the smell of cow manure.
Lots of that.
Yes. And chicken.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen. Thanks for coming in, all you guys, and we're gonna just briefly go over some news, what's going on, and everything. Veronica and everybody, we all got to get out and do some stuff. So we're gonna get into that pretty quickly. If you feel like chiming in, by all means, chime in, because in fact. Have you heard, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we're not going to get into that, are we? We're going to get into the weekend because Have You Heard is in the past. Isn't that correct?
Well, have you heard what's coming up? How about that?
Have you heard what's coming up?
Live this weekend where the action is.
Well done, Matt.
All right. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one. All right, so what is going on this weekend? People are in town. They want to know
So
what
there
is
is
going
all
on.
kinds of stuff, and obviously we're right in the middle already of the anniversary. So there were some things yesterday and even earlier today. We touched on the National Park Service / Gettysburg Foundation lecture series that's going on. Stephen Lang was yesterday. That is available on Facebook. Tonight is a presentation on Culp's Hill and the rehabilitation. If you don't have tickets, which I heard they sold out, even though they were free, they were reserved within about 5 minutes of going online. If you don't have tickets tonight at 8 o'clock, you can live stream or watch the live stream of the Culp's Hill presentation. And tomorrow night, the same time, 8 o'clock p.m., you can watch the live stream of new Gettysburg Foundation President and CEO Wayne Motts talking about, I believe, the artillery. So those are a couple free things that you can do, even from your hotel room, your house, the car, whatever, however you can watch a live stream. Those are some neat events coming up. If you happen to be in town, it's about 3:45 right now on Friday afternoon. The Heritage Center on, I guess that's Steinway?
Yeah.
All right, Steinway Avenue is hosting, they started at 2 o'clock, but they also have book signings and book talks at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight. They are being filmed for a future video release on C-SPAN. So our friend and someone that's been on the podcast before, Jim Hessler, is going to be talking about sickles here at Gettysburg.
James Hessler.
He's at 5 o'clock. He's live, and then he'll be signing books. my understanding is he has 3 books out, so those will all be available. And then at 6 o'clock, Kent Masterson Brown is going to be talking about his new Mead book, and he'll be
Kenton.
Kent Masterson Brown. Is that
Kenton.
No, it's just
fancy?
I
It's
call
just
him
Kent.
Kenton. I call him
do you
Kenton
kinda-
Masterson Brown.
Fancy.
Yes.
Cam's wearing off on you.
Cam is
You're turning into
It's like,
camera.
that's not his name.
That's
When
not
are
his
you
name.
going to start
That's not how you
making
pronounce
train
that.
whistle noises out in the parking lot?
I do Mack truck horn noises. I don't do trains.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it.
Well, I suppose if you ask him very nicely, he might sign his book Kenton. I'm not sure. I don't know, but that might...
No, it's just because I said James, so I'm doing the full
I
first
see.
names
Thank
like a
you
pretentious
for
boob.
explaining your pathetic
Yes,
joke.
thank you.
Appreciate that. Also signing some books this evening and tomorrow night, both from 6 to 8 p.m. at Lord Nelson's Gallery, is local resident now, Jeff Shara.
Yes.
So he is the son of Michael Shara of Killer Angels fame. The movie was based on that, if you all know.
Oh, by the way, sorry. I meant to mention this before when we were doing the thing at the cemetery.
Yeah.
So for those of you who keep asking, when is Gary Edelman coming on? The answer is end of July or early August. We just have to pick a date.
Awesome.
It will be an Ask a Guide. That's that. And then also Jeff Shara was there, and so I went up to him and invited him on, and he's going to be on a Patreon episode as well.
Awesome.
So
Very
just
cool.
wanted to let everybody know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
he's. I don't think it's a secret. I think everybody knows
It's a big secret.
that he and his wife are redoing the Red Patch building. No, it's on Facebook. I feel like I'm allowed to say that. It's not a big secret. But he's in town now, and
Okay.
he is doing autographs of his books. Like I said, 6 to 8 tonight and tomorrow at Lord Nelson Gallery, 17 Chambersburg Street. As of tonight, that's really the only stuff I can tell you if you're in town and you're looking for something to do other than visit some restaurants, some wineries, some breweries, something like that.
Distilleries, wineries, breweries.
Right.
That's just for Joe.
Right.
And then the rest of you guys figure out what else you want to do.
So, yeah, because the Park Service does have some buildings, or they have had some buildings on the park property open, but unfortunately they're all closed at 3 o'clock. So tomorrow you can hit up Park Service properties, the Lydia Leister House, which served as Mead's headquarters, and also the Abraham Bryan Farm, or the house that's on the farm building, kind of by the angle. Those are both going to be open from 10 to 3, and there will be little tours here and there, I think approximately every half hour by the National Park Service Rangers in conjunction with that.
Very nice.
If you are in town and looking for something special to do, especially a special, especially a special. So everybody loves Matt Atkinson. He's a local ranger extraordinaire. He will be leading the Pickett's Charge march tomorrow at 3
On
o'clock.
horseback, I heard.
Close. He's going to have a special guest, and I think I'm allowed to. I think I'm at liberty to
Come
say
on,
this.
we all know this.
Stephen Lang will
No.
be there, right? He
Really?
was Pickett in the movie, and he will be accompanying Matt Atkinson to do the walk tomorrow that steps off from the
Well,
Virginia
that's going to have
Monument at
1,000
3.
people on it.
Right.
What time is that?
3. So get there early.
Gonna get there at
Carpool
1.
if you can, but it should have a pretty big turnout. So that's a big deal. Stephen is also going to be available. I think you touched on this. He is signing his books at the Visitor Center from 10 a.m. until noon. That is a free event, but we obviously encourage to buy his book.
Well, the book's not free,
no, the
so if
book's
you're going to
not-
get the book signed,
Buy the book, right?
Yeah, you
right.
gotta- yeah,
but
gotta buy
it's
it.
kind of like a meet and greet with a book signing. So buy the book.
you got to get the book.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right? You can.
I mean,
can
I
you
saw
get
some
in the
people,
line?
Some people had some stuff that wasn't the book. Like some people were getting their T-shirt signed and stuff like that
Oh,
today.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah, I mean,
all right,
he was
I'm
very
sorry.
gracious about it. But I'm saying it's suggested you buy
Still
the book.
buy his book, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
right.
Nobody wants your T-shirt from 1993.
Oh Lord, tough crowd. Let's see what else. So tomorrow, this is actually, I don't know for sure if there are still tickets available. I know they released extra tickets through the Adams County Historical Society. There was to be a walk from 10 o'clock until noon on July 1st with historian Phil Spoggy and CEO of the Historical Society, Andrew Dalton, bringing some actual artifacts out on the first day's battlefield. That was sold out, or tickets were reserved, but they did release more because of the weather on the first looking really kind of shady and thunderstorms were predicted and stuff. They bumped that back till tomorrow morning. So that is actually at 10 a.m. If you are interested and you're going to be in town, look on the Adams County Historical website. they might still have tickets for that. That's from 10 to noon. Before that, on the Adams County Historical property on Springs Avenue, their annual book sale. So 9 a.m., there's supposed to be hundreds of books that are available, and that'll support the Adams County Historical Society, so that's something to check out as well. Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. And actually today too, but I'm just assuming if you're not in town, you're going to miss it. The Confederation of Union Generals has a few tents and a speakers.
What a name.
Kind of platform. It's kind of cool.
Confederation of Union Generals.
Right?
If that's not confusing, I don't know what is.
Right. But they have a lot of speakers. I mean, literally almost every half hour there is some historical reenactor or I don't really
Living
know.
historian.
Living historian, thank you. Portraying a dip. Stop.
What?
These folks take this stuff really seriously.
There's a sinus infection.
So anyway,
go ahead.
they are at Unity Park. That's right by Mr. G's Ice Cream.
Yes,
and,
right across from Mr. G's in that little park that's on the side there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just for the girls out there, for the ladies out there. There's historical reenactors of Dr. Mary Walker, Marie Tepe, Pauline Cushman, who was a Union spy. She had a family emergency, is not making the trip down from New York this year. But there are female presenters as well as the male generals and things like that. There's actually Father Corby. There's David Kendall Hart, who was the president.
Borough
so there's
Council.
different folks that are going to be giving you all kind of different.
Well, that's interesting. David Kendall Hart. Who's doing David Kendall Hart?
I don't know their names.
I'd like to see that.
They
They're
are that
David
person.
Kendall Hart.
They are,
Some guy.
They are David Kendall Hart. Right?
And some guy as David Kendall Hart.
Yes, right.
That would be fun.
If he does it well, it's David Kendall Hart, right? That's the whole purpose of that.
Or even if he doesn't do it well, who the hell knows?
Right, that's true.
Nobody's ever met the guy. He's dead. It's perfect.
It's something to check out, and it's free, and it's you can find their schedule if you go on Facebook and search the Confederation of Union Generals. They do have it spelled out every half hour. Again, this is recurring.
You know who I just looked it up. The guy who's going to play Kendall Hart.
Otherspen Brodesson.
Just wanted to do that. Okay, go ahead.
We needed one of those today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So recurring is the reminder for the farmers market. If you're in town and looking for some way to support the local artisans and growers, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I will be making an appearance there at 8 o'clock.
By the train station. You won't be up that early.
No, I go there at 8 o'clock every day. Because there's always, every Saturday, because there's always something going on.
Oh, is there something going on? Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Eric.
I have one of those nasal things.
I swear to God, I've been going out there at 8 o'clock. Because 2 weeks ago, we had the parade, not the parade, the tour.
Yeah.
And then last week, I just got in the habit of getting up early and going. So, when the sun comes up at like 5:45, it's easier to get up for something at 8 o'clock.
I agree.
Dead of winter, when Eric wants me to get up and do sunrise videos, not happening. But this time of year.
Eric doesn't ask anymore.
I was going to say,
exactly.
Eric does the sunrise and sunsets anyway, doesn't he?
Because I can't get up for the sunrises.
And you're in bed before the sun sets. So, I don't understand what the problem is here.
Basically.
All right, moving on. So this is something different I came across. There is a living history free presentation from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Black Horse Tavern tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So kind of neat. So I know the history a little bit about that. Obviously, that was involved in the counter march.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some Confederates that were actually buried on the property there. So I don't know exactly what the living history is going to be, but it's free. Check it out, 10 to 2, 825 Black Horse Tavern Road.
How does, or do you know, like, is there like a authority on the Black Horse Tavern that's going to be there?
There is, and I'm going to butcher his name. I know he helps to preserve, there's a little cemetery there.
Otherspen Brodesson.
Son. It's his son.
Son of Albertson Brothers.
I think his name
I
is
have
Michael.
a hard time with names sometimes.
Go ahead.
Michael Peffer. I believe that's his name, or
Okay.
Michael Pfeiffer or something like that.
Pfeffer.
Peffer. I think it's
With the
Peffer.
PF.
Yes.
Pretty sure it's Peffer.
Yeah.
Peffer.
So Pfeffer
P-E.
No, that's just Peffer.
is the just okay.
Yeah.
Pfeffer. So yes, he is the
authority. Okay.
And I believe he's the one that actually posted about the living history.
Okay.
So, something else. Now, I do believe you have to pay for this, but tomorrow at the Shriver House, they're having the annual Confederates Take Over the Shriver House event.
Oh,
Which
sure.
is actually, I've seen some little video snippets of that. It looks pretty darn cool.
Wait, what do you mean you have to pay for it? Isn't it out on the street?
Well, I'm not. That's what I don't understand. There are tickets. So if you're interested and you have questions and you're available to do it anywhere between 5 and 9, call the Shriver House at 717-337-2800.
It's in the backyard, I believe.
Okay, and I was gonna say I think
okay.
I've seen pictures of the guys upstairs too. So you might have to have access to the house. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
So that's tomorrow. Another thing tomorrow and Sunday is the 158th anniversary at the Daniel Lady Farm this year, the reenactment. There is a big, long schedule about what exactly they're trying to do at different hours and everything. If you're interested in that, their website or phone number, 717-778-7760.
Is this free?
No.
Damn it.
Tickets. I don't know what the ticket prices are, but again, check out the Daniel Lady Farm. I think it's actually under, what is it, the GBMA?
GBMA?
GBPA.
GBPMA?
Thank you, Eric.
GMBPA?
It's the Gettysburg
I can't keep all
Battlefield
the
Preservation Association.
Faction.
Okay, on Sunday, July 4th, right? It is.
Yeah, it is. It's the 4th of July.
4th of July. So the rec park here in town, from 5:30 to 9:30, there's going to be live music, food. There are food trucks. I think last count I saw there's like 12 different food trucks lined up. Then there's obviously going to be fireworks at 9:20. So I'm going.
9:20. Okay.
I'm going by what you said that the National Park Service is kind of doing a waiver.
This is what I was told.
All right. So if any of you all.
Well, think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
They can't shut down Confederate Avenue, right?
Right.
Okay.
But they can tell you to move.
They can.
They can tell you to not park your car.
They're going to have to do. They have 5 officers. They're going to have how many thousands of people trying to do that?
I understand.
Plus people up on Oak Hill and Oak Ridge and so. Yeah. But yes.
Anyway, if you're interested in actually doing some stuff and supporting some local vendors, there are to be food trucks from everything from donuts to Mexican food. The halal truck will
This
be
is
there.
at the rec park.
That's at the rec park.
Not at the
Not on the
National
battlefield.
Park.
But no, right. That's at the rec park. 5:30 to 9:30. Just a generic reminder for folks that can't be here. We miss ya, but there are ways to kind of keep in touch with what's going on the anniversary. Our friends at the American Battlefield Trust, Gary Edelman, Tim Smith has some things to do with that. They have all kinds of live resources on we're live, but recorded resources on YouTube. The National Park Service has been putting out videos and things, so check them out.
Yes.
The Adams County Historical
Check out the
Society.
people who have $1 million budgets and ignore us.
No, listen.
Okay, whatever.
You know, listen.
No, I know what you're saying.
What does that say?
What?
There's all
you weren't
kinds of
finished?
No, I was not finished.
Oh,
all right.
I'm sorry.
There are all kinds of organizations that are putting out some good stuff, just historically factual videos and things like that. As well as our very own Addressing Gettysburg has been releasing podcasts and videos, etc. So please go on and check that out. Facebook, YouTube, podcast stations.
Yeah, Tracy Bear was on the June 30th and the July 1st ones.
With
and
Rich Core.
And with Rich Core on the July 1st. And a lot of people, because Tracy's new, this was his first one. A lot of people really are liking Tracy.
Right.
Got a couple people saying you got to keep him coming back. So
for sure.
that's good. Of course, people already like Deb and already like Rich, so that was good.
And Jim
Pangburn.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, the 3rd, is a very special one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. No, I'm just kidding. It's Charlie Fennell and John Krebs.
Yep.
We're talking about July 3rd. And it doesn't end there, folks.
Nope.
Doesn't end there.
So stay tuned. Guys, this is just, I sound like a broken record every time I do this, but again, another reminder that
spay and neuter your pets, we know.
7 p.m. is taps being sounded at the Soldiers National Monument inside the Soldiers National Cemetery every night. Normally, nightly, there is a 5:30 free tour of the cemetery by the licensed battlefield guides. However, they are not doing it the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. So they're not doing it over the anniversary days. They resume July 4th. So if you're in town,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why are they not doing it over the anniversary days? Those would be good days to do it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they have other obligations. It's
vacations and stuff. It's hard to find people.
Or
I don't know.
Or they're booked up with a lot of other events. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
and
that's
those are
interesting.
free. Those folks put a lot of time
they're
into their
volunteering.
presentation and they're
Sure.
volunteering to give the tour. So
I'll do it.
All right, that works. So meet Matt at 5:30 at the rostrum.
But I use a kazoo.
Oh Lord.
I can't play trumpet.
Yeah. No. The taps are being sounded.
Oh, good.
the tours are not being given on the first, second, and third.
That
Yes,
makes sense.
right.
That makes sense. Okay, good.
All right. Again, a reminder: Tuesday night battlefield walks are still going on throughout the summer. 5 p.m. Go on to the website of the Association of Licensed Battlefield Guides. This specific Tuesday coming up is our very own Jessie Weedleton. She's doing a presentation on the artillery. There's the meeting place is Powers Hill, the parking lot. You do have to pre-register. If you're interested in going to that event, you have to go online and pre-register. By noon is the cutoff of that day. But there's a lot of other battlefield walks coming up on Tuesday evenings as well.
Tuesday. So this is this Tuesday
Tuesday.
at 5?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So
That's when they're collecting the flags, too, is my understanding, if you want to volunteer.
And I want to go support Jesse.
Yeah.
But also I feel like we put the flags in. I should be there to take them down. How long do these go?
Normally 5 to 8.
Oh, okay. So
it's a 3-hour tour.
I can show up late, right?
I wouldn't do that.
Well,
I bet more people, now that it's being publicized a little bit better, because it was kind of last minute when they advertised that they needed help putting the flags in.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people will volunteer to take them out. It's probably a hell of a lot easier to take them out than it is to actually push them in. All right, so you'll
But
probably,
no, that's why I want to do it. But also, that's. I don't know. I'll see what I have to. I'll see what I have to do. I feel like I have to do both.
Reach out to someone and see if you can do it. Maybe start removing flags at 4:30.
Oh.
And help pile them up.
There's an idea.
It's just a Powers Hill. There's where the starting point for Jesse's
then
presentation is.
I can do it till 5, and then I can go down there and be like a couple minutes late instead of an hour late.
4:50, and then you get there and you do
Well,
both.
20 minutes. What am I going to get done in 20 minutes?
You can't collect flags out of a ground for 20 minutes.
No,
and
because
get,
I have to ravel them up, and it's a whole thing.
Manual labor. I understand.
I have a thing.
Whatever you want to do, we support you wholeheartedly, Matthew.
Well, I'm trying to do one nice thing a year.
We already did it then. You put them in, do another nice thing, and go to Jesse's presentation.
I did half of it. The full thing is taking it out.
All right. Again, a reminder, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through August 15th from 10 to 3, summer at Spangler Farm. This weekend, they actually, for the anniversary, they do have living historians, everything from, I think, artillery to the medical to, everybody's there. So that's something to check out. That is free as well. This is something coming up in the future. If you are planning a trip here, Kendra DeBaney is one of the folks that you have on for the podcast. She is a patron special episode about... She
does Gettysburg House Histories on Patreon once a month.
Yeah, once a month. So she and licensed battlefield guide Paul Bailey are actually presenting a full day's tour through the Gettysburg Foundation on September 25th from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. It is called the Farms of Tawnytown Road. What I'm understanding is it's going to be a little bit of a walking tour. I'm assuming a little bit of a bus trip, but there is a fee for that. Go on the Gettysburg Foundation website if you're going to be in town and looking for something to do. It sounds pretty darn cool because it sounds like they're going to literally go down Tawnytown Road and start talking about all the different farms that are there, were there, and what their roles were.
I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, so pretty cool. In terms of... Again, in the future, we're looking forward to the next Get Out of the Car, July 17th. That's going to be
Farnsworth's
Charge. That is in the morning, right?
We're working on the sticker for Farnsworth's Charge, and that should hopefully be ready by then.
Awesome.
Otherwise, what's the point of working on it?
Well, maybe afterwards, if people had such a great time, they can
the idea is
sticker and commemorate it.
So the last one, East Cavalry Field, right? It was the Cross Sabers, and it said East Cavalry Field and everything. I said for this one, it's Farnsworth's Charge. Let's do the Cross Sabers again, but behind them, could we have like Kilpatrick's face, kind of going like, or maybe like, or something like that, like oops type of a thing.
Yeah.
And so that's what he's working on now.
Okay. And that starts at what, 10?
It's going to start at 10 o'clock.
Be done at noon?
Be done at noon. Get there before because the tour starts at 10. People don't always get that.
Is there lunch?
We will be going to lunch. TBD.
Okay.
I have to, there's a couple of things I got to work out.
All right. If you all are in town for that, that evening, there's an actual, it's not here at Gettysburg, just right down the road about half a mile in Chambersburg. It is the anniversary of the burning of Chambersburg. Apparently they do a pretty big...
Isn't Tracy Bear doing something with that?
Not with that. He's actually doing a thing on July 31st, a walking tour of of Chambersburg.
That's right.
But this is Saturday, July 17th from 6. Excuse me. I just got bit by something on my ankle.
Just now you got bit?
Feels like.
Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on?
From 6 to 10.
Oh my God, it's a rattlesnake.
Isn't it? Yeah. It was
No,
very
it's not a
calm for being
rattlesnake.
bit by a
It
rattlesnake.
was a small one.
Yep. So anyway, that's if you all are in town for Matt's walking tour, maybe something to do in the evening.
Matt Atkinson.
Matt Calorie.
Oh, you're on the next weekend.
No, we're talking about July 17th still.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry, it's been a long life.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
Again, another reminder, Saturdays through August 11th, the McAllister's Mill Underground Railroad Tour, 11 a.m. Donations, $10 for adults, $5 for children. So that's something a little unique. And again, Saturdays from 2 to 4 throughout the summer, our own friend Ross Hetrick is going to be portraying Thaddeus Stevens at the Caledonia Iron Furnace.
Very good.
And just a reminder that Bike Week is coming up July 8th through the 11th.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out here. It's nice to meet you all. And if you're in town for the weekend, we hope we bump into you somewhere. There's no plans to do anything, but maybe we'll do something. I don't know. We shall see. But if not, I hope we'll see you around as we're roaming the battlefields on these anniversary days. Happy 4th of July. Don't blow off your hand. Have a good one.
See you guys.
Your swearing sounds so elegant.